Ever wonder why physicians are leaving medicine despite loving their patients and their calling? Stay tuned for the deeper forces at play and why your frustration is more valid than you think. Hey, Doc. Welcome back to the Resilient MD, the podcast and YouTube channel where we talk honestly about the reality of medicine, the pressure physicians face, and how we rise above burnout to reclaim our purpose and our lives. I'm your host, Dr. Anna MacDowell, certified life coach, practicing allergist, and someone who was walked through burnout and came out the other side stronger, clearer, and more self compassionate. Today, we're having an important and very real conversation: why physicians are leaving medicine and what's actually breaking our healthcare system. And I want to start by saying this. If you've ever felt frustrated, trapped, or disillusioned by the system, you are not imagining it. You are not oversensitive, and you are not the problem. There is a problem, and today we're going to talk about it openly. The system is breaking, and physicians are feeling it. Let's begin with the truth many of us whisper behind closed doors. The US health system is fundamentally broken, not because physicians aren't dedicated, not because we don't care, not because we aren't resilient enough, and certainly not because we can't handle it. It's broken because the structure around us has changed dramatically and not in our favor. Over the past few decades, layers upon layers of government regulations, billing requirements, quality metrics, compliance checklists, and insurance mandates have been added into physicians' plates. The idea was to improve care, but the reality, a documentation heavy, regulation heavy, bureaucracy heavy system was created that often prioritized boxes over care, that take away from what we love the most, which is seeing and helping our patients. In addition to that, reimbursement has gone down, expectations have gone up, and physicians are carrying the cost financially, emotionally, and physically. Now, this didn't happen overnight. It's been decades in the making. How the government regulations changed the landscape. Let's talk about how we got here. In the 90s and early 2000s, most physicians worked in small practices. You controlled your schedule, your staffing, your workflow, your time. You knew your patients, you knew your community, your team. And then came a wave of regulations, EMR or EHR, whatever you want to call, all those mandated, billing compliance requirements, meaningful use, prior authorizations, quality reporting, productivity metrics, all the acronyms, MIPS, MACRA, HEYDES, RVUs, and a constant changing rulebook. Every year, there are more rules. Every year, there are more administrative tasks. And the cost to comply financially and time-wise skyrocketed. Small practices simply couldn't keep up. Not with the technology costs, not with the compliance departments, not with the lawyers and billing specialists, not with the overhead required to meet regulatory demands. So, what happened? Doctors were pushed, almost forced, into selling their practices. If they could, they retired. So, hospitals, venture capital groups, private equity companies, and large corporations stepped in, and the landscape shifted. Today, fewer than 30% of physicians are independently employed. Medicine has become corporatized, and that shift has consequences. With the rise of corporate medicine, there's more control for them and less for us. Once physicians move into large systems, everything changed. Corporate groups now set your schedule, your patient volume, your visit length, your productivity targets, what insurance you accept, which medications you can prescribe without a fight, how quickly your charts need to be closed, how many new patients you must see a day, how you are evaluated. Physicians lost their autonomy, one of the most important drivers of job satisfaction. And with that loss came an increase in burnout, decreased time with patients, more administrative pressures, less flexibility, less decision making power, and often a decrease in pay. Because when corporations take over, profits have to go somewhere, right? And it's rarely into physicians' pockets or staff support. If you think of medicine as a business, and the main thing that generates revenue is that patient physician encounter. So just physicians are pushed to their limit without recognition or any value given to them. All those years of studies, personal and financial sacrifices that we made to become the specialist in our field, and we cannot even prescribe the medication we feel is the most appropriate without a special permission from the insurance companies. That is essentially what a prior authorization is, isn't it? So many physicians now feel more like a cog in a machine than healers in a community. And that's heartbreaking because medicine was never meant to be practiced this way. So, why are so many physicians leaving medicine? You've seen the headlines. You know, there are records numbers of physicians retiring early, switching careers, going part-time, or simply walking away. And the reasons make perfect sense. The lack of autonomy, the excessive charting and inbox work, the RVU and productivity pressures, overwhelming bureaucratic tasks, constant audits and scrutiny, corporate micromanagement, the declining reimbursement, increased patient complexity, staff shortage, and the moral injury from practicing in a system that conflicts with our values. These are not physician failures. These are system failures. When the system stops supporting the people who provide the care, those people break. And there's no amount of yoga, meditation, or wellness modules that can fix a structurally dysfunctional system. Oh, we can't forget that to talk about the extra burden there is in women physicians. Let's talk about something that's essential, something that's not discussed enough. How the female physicians face an even heavier load. Yes, it is 2025. Yes, we live in modern times. And still, sexism, microaggressions, and gender bias remain deeply ingrained in medicine. Research consistently shows that women physicians experience higher rates of burnout. They earn less than their male colleagues for the same work. They receive fewer opportunities for leadership. They carry more non promotable tasks like education, mentoring, committees. They are interrupted more. They are challenged more. They are judged more harshly for assertiveness. Their expertise is questioned more often. And on top of professional sexism, many female physicians also shoulder more childcare responsibilities, more elder care, more emotional labor at home, more household management, more invisible work, that work that nobody sees. So when you combine a broken system, corporatized medicine, loss of autonomy, microaggression and discrimination, and the relentless pressure to be everything to everyone at work and at home, it's no wonder women physicians are burning out faster and leaving medicine at alarming rates. This is not because women are less capable. It's because they are carrying more. Hey, Doc. If this year has felt heavier than you expected, you're not alone. Maybe you've been pushing through long days, feeling drained before you even get to work, or wondering quietly, is this just how medicine is nowadays? I know that feeling because I've lived it. As physicians, especially as women in medicine, we carry so much more than anyone realizes. The emotional load, the invisible work, the expectations. And somewhere along the way, we forget ourselves. But here's the truth. Burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've been trying to hold everything together on your own for far too long, and you don't have to. This season, as we move into a new year, I want to offer you something different. Not another resolution you forget by February, not another productivity hack, but a real chance to change how you think, how you feel, and how you experience your life and career. That's why I created the Resilient MD, a 6-week one-on-one physician coaching program designed specifically for a women physician who feel overwhelmed, stuck, or on the edge of burnout. Together, we'll uncover the thoughts driving your exhaustion, reshape the actions that are keeping you stuck, build believable bridge thoughts, and create a plan that brings your life back into balance with clarity, purpose, and compassion. So if you're feeling the weight of this past year, if you're craving a change, if you want to walk into the new year lighter, clearer, and more in control, make this the year you choose you. Make this the New Year's resolution that actually counts. Your transformation can start right now. Click the link, sign up, and let's begin your journey to becoming a truly resilient MD. You deserve to feel like yourself again, and I will be right here to help you get there. But it's not you, it's the system. If you take one thing away from today's episode, let it be this: you are not the problem. The system is. You are practicing inside a structure that was not built with you in mind. It wasn't built with women in mind. It wasn't built with mental health in mind. It wasn't built with work-life balance in mind. And honestly, it wasn't built with physicians in mind. You were trying to thrive in a system that makes thriving nearly impossible. And that's why awareness is essential. Not so you feel helpless, but so you finally understand. Your exhaustion is not a personal failure. Your disillusionment is not weakness. Your burnout is not a reflection of your worth. It's a predictable outcome of a system that needs deep reform. And where do we go from here? While we may not fix the entire healthcare system overnight, here are some things that we can begin changing: awareness, naming what's broken, connection, knowing where you are not alone, autonomy, where possible, small choices that can give you back your own control. Community, surround yourself with people who get it. Advocacy, using your voice when you can. Coaching, changing the thoughts you can't control. Boundaries, protecting your time and your sanity. Support, because you deserve it. As physicians, especially as women in medicine, we don't need to be superheroes. We need to be supported humans. Thank you for being here today and for listening with openness and courage. Because while we can't fix everything today, we can start by telling the truth about what's happening, bringing the broken parts of our healthcare system into the lights. It's not complaining, it's not negativity, it's not being difficult. It's necessary. Awareness is the first step towards change. Just like we talked about it in last week's episode on metacognition, if we don't start naming the dysfunction, the pressure, the inequities, and the impossible demands placed on physicians, then nothing will ever change, and the consequences will be devastating. We are already facing a physician shortage, but if we stay silent, we keep pretending everything is fine, if we allow burnout, frustration, and moral injury and discrimination to continue unchecked, the projected shortage would be far, far worse. Patients will suffer, our communities will suffer, physicians will continue to walk away, and the system will keep collapsing under its own weight. Now, this isn't fear mongering, it's not the goal. This is reality, and it's time we talk about it openly. That's why these next couple of episodes are so important and why we're staying right here in this conversation. Next week, we're going to talk about the looming and frankly frightening physician shortage, what's driving it, and what will happen if real change doesn't begin soon. Make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any episodes. Now, are you looking to get more time back in your week yourself? The free time management guide outlines exactly how to reclaim up to 10 hours weekly with clear, doable strategies. It's the perfect next step after the time management series. Download it at annamacdowell.com/guide or click on the link below. If this episode gave you something to think about, would you share it with someone? A quick 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite platform and a like on YouTube helps spread the word and keeps the content coming your way. Until then, take a deep breath, give yourself compassion, and remember, you are not stuck. You are not alone. And you are part of a profession worth protecting. But first, We have to acknowledge what's breaking it. I'm Dr. Anna MacDowell, and you are a resilient MD. I'll see you next week.